New York Stock Exchange. In my previous video, I have discussed the New York Stock Exchange. I made us to understand that there is no universal index that can be used to track the performance of all the companies listed in the New York Stock Exchange. Unlike in Nigeria, where you have all share index that can be used to gauge the performance of all the companies listed in the Nigeria Exchange group. Now, in my previous video, I explained some of the indexes that are being used to track the performance of all the companies in the New York Stock Exchange. I explained the Dow Jones Industrial Average Index. That one track only 30 public traded companies in US. But the one of today is S&P 500 index, or what we call Standard and Poor 500. As the name implies, this index track only 500 largest public traded company in US. Largest 500 public traded company in US by market capitalization. Now, what do I mean? The company that you can find under S&P 500, they are J&J. This is Johnson & Johnson, Apple, Amazon, ExxonMobil, Microsoft, Nvidia, Meta, which is Facebook, the Google, JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America. These are the leaders in their respective sector. These companies I've made mention now, they have highest market capitalization in the US. And they also belong to different sectors. Look at it. You can find them in energy, utility, industrial good, health, financial, consumer good, technology, real estate, transportation, communication. They belong to different sectors. Now look at it. When we talk about market capitalization, let me bring you to Nigeria so that you can understand better. We have MTN in Nigeria. The market cap of the MTN is 6.82 trillion as at the time of shooting this video, because it's subject to change. Now we have Seplat. The market cap for Seplat is 3.1 trillion. Now, how much is a unit of MTN? A unit of MTN is 325. A unit of Seplat is 4,496 naira. Now, MTN has the highest market capitalization, yet the price is lesser compared to Seplat. Now, look at it. We have what is called, under the S&P 500 index, we have what is called market capitalization weighted index. What do I mean now? If this MTN with higher market capitalization, they tend to have a significant effect on the overall S&P 500 index. Just like Amazon is going to have, see the market capitalization on Amazon, which is higher than the Exxon. Any change here now, this one with higher market capitalization now is going to have a similar effect on S&P 500 index in the US. That's what I mean by say market weighted capitalization. Market weighted capitalization. Okay, now let me explain further now. Having understand what is called S&P 500, I'm an investor now. I want to invest in the New York stock market. I'm not sound. Assuming I'm not sound in my fundamental analysis, I don't know how to carry out technical analysis. I find it difficult to connect both technical analysis to economic events in order to take position or to catch the early bird in any of these companies. I don't know how to do all this, and I want to invest. Instead of me to buy Apple, by buy Apple, I'm buying only one shares in one company. But if I take decision to buy what is called S&P 500, it means I've already bought into 500 most capitalized company in US. That's why we call it S&P 500. You can see now, by buy S&P 500, it means I bought Apple, I bought J&P, I mean J&J Johnson, with Johnson & Johnson, I bought Amazon, ExxonMobil, Microsoft, Nvidia, Meta, Google. It means I bought all these ones in their various industrial and their various sectors. So, and this is exactly what we call ETF. By say ETF simply means a connection or a basket of an investment with different class of assets. ETF will give you, it will expose investor to different class of assets, because ETF can make up of shares, bond, treasury bill, even gold, even currency. So by buying one ETF, it means Instead of you to do analysis of individual company, by buying only one ETF, you have been exposed to all the company that is listed under S&P 500. So in a simple language, if I want to take a fruit, I'm supposed to take orange, or I'm still contemplating, should I take banana? Somebody suggests, why don't you just get a fruit salad? In a fruit salad, you can have different set of classes of fruit that you need. Which means by order for fruit salad now, I'm going to have access to orange, banana, pineapple, watermelon, any type of fruit at all. And that's exactly what is called ETF. I have been able to diversify my portfolio. What if ETF does is to expose the investor to different class of assets. You can see my portfolio now as an investor now. I have bond in my portfolio. I have Infidel share, which is one company. I have CB, this 10-year Treasury Bill in US. I have S&P 500, which is VOO. Because the S&P 500, there are different set of ETF. Here now you have S&P 500 Vanguard ETF, which is VOO, VOOV, VOOG, IVOO, IVV, VTI. We have in the US stock market, we have more than 4,000 ETF that you can buy. And the ETF is not subject to volatility like that of shares. It's not that it's not volatile, but the rate of volatility in the ETF is smaller when compared to individual stocks. And you don't need to carry out more analysis when you are buying into the ETF, unlike when you are buying individual stocks. So you can be in Nigeria now and invest in the New York Stock Exchange. You can decide to buy any of the ETF. And one thing you should know about ETF, they also pay dividend. In fact, some of the ETF in US pay dividend on a quarterly basis, which means a year you can collect money on your ETF on 4 occasions, which is in dollars. So I always urge my client to also subscribe to the stocks in the New York Stock Exchange or going for ETF. Until we meet again, have a nice day. Thank you.